All right, before we adjourn for the night, I have some special news. I have some home movies for my trip to Japan. How many of my colleagues want to come over to my house this weekend and watch?
No. I'm doing something with my hair this weekend.
No, I can't. I have a roast in the oven.
No. Make Laura do it.
Not me. I have to go brush my dog's teeth.
No way. I'm new here.
Not me. I'm watching the Ohio State game.
Anybody? There's so much going on at the city. I need to relax. I hope there's something good on television.
I knew that it was much more than a hunch, that this group must somehow form a family. That's the way they all became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. That's the way they became the Brady Bunch.
Enjoy a new adventure with your family at the parks of Novi, Michigan.
Skipper, what is this?
Well, I found it floating up on our beach here, and now we have an Acme hut in a box.
Acme hut in a box? What's this?
Well, you know, I did a little bit of preliminary design work, and I figured that seeing you're the little buddy, you're in the corner here.
But that's a real tiny bedroom, Skipper. Come on.
Well, the important people...
Your bedroom.
Oh,
Mary Ann, hi.
Mary Ann, look at the beautiful layout that we have. You and Ginger share a big room. I have the master bedroom.
But mine's so small. That's not fair.
I have no closet. Why does Ginger get a closet?
Well, because Ginger has clothes, you only have a couple shirts that you wear.
What?
Whoa!
Who are you?
I'm the City of Novi building inspector. You can't build a 200 square foot pink hut in a box here in Novi. Here's your stop work order.
Stop!
Oh, buddy, you blew it again.
With his hair now, it's just this newfound confidence, and there's a...
Oh, wow. That guy's not funny. There's never anything good on that channel.
The plane!
Smile, everyone. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Who's that, boss?
Tattoo, that's Mr. Blair Bowman, a very wealthy businessman in the city of Novi. He wants to build an addition onto his suburban collection showplace, and he's looking for a unanimous vote from the Novi City Council for a tax abatement. Mark him my words, he has much to worry about.
And I don't like to be late.
I can respect that.
Thank you. You know, maybe, I think you might have taken the wrong way.
Take the long way.
No, I said the wrong way. This is weird, this guitar music, don't you think?
Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Come on, Matt. When are you going to let me drive my car?
Pass me another brownie!
Mayor Fonz, there's a huge storm coming and we can't get our truck to start. What can you do to help us?
Let's see what I can do.
Where do we go next, Tonto?
Wasabi, let's not go to Novi. There's no trouble in Novi. Let's go to Auburn Hills.
Io Silver!
Good night, Wayne.
Good night, Gwen.
Good night, Laura.
Good night, Mayor.
Good night, Andrew.
Good night, Mayor.
Good night, Dave.
Good night, Mayor.
Good night, Doreen.
We said
good night, Mayor.
I must say that was a first. Well, it is now my honor to introduce who you really want to hear from. You know, being new to a community, it's tough, but the mayor took me to the side and he said, Pete, just Novi will welcome you. He said, it's like the old saying, when in Rome, do as the Romanians do. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce the mayor of the great city of Novi, Mayor Bob Gatt.
All right, good morning, everyone. You know, I've always dreamed of being a television star, but I never quite envisioned it that way. And I've always told I had a great face for a radio, so I can tell you that was fun, but I promise I'm sticking to my day job and my elected responsibilities. I do want to thank my colleagues, our Novi city staff, and Blair for being such a great sport. And before we go any further, I want to put to bed any rumors. Blair is not seeking a tax abatement, at least not that I've heard about yet. Many thanks to Dave Reinhardt and Frank Molnar, Novi's video production specialists, for all their efforts in putting our little piece together. And extreme thanks to Ms. Cheryl Walsh, Novi's Director of Communications, for her endless commitment to talent and continued indulgences of some of my very crazy ideas. I would challenge anyone to find a city in Michigan whose communications, printed, electronic, video, match Novi's. What she and her team do ensures that Novi is viewed across the country and across the community for all the quality work that we're known for. And for that, I thank you. Yeah. That and for all of my amazing I Am Novi apparel. So, thank you also to the Novi High School Choir for their beautiful renditions, reminding us how blessed we are to live in the greatest of all countries. And to Father Bob LaCroix, my friend and pastor of Novi's Holy Family Parish, for the prayers before our event. Thank you. And thank you to our partners, the Novi Chamber of Commerce, and our host, the Hyatt Place at the Suburban Collection Showplace. Breakfast, as always, was first class. You know, I can hardly believe that this is my 4th State of the City address. I am truly honored to stand before you and have the opportunity to share this time. And as your mayor, provide an update on our Novi. It goes without saying that our city team could not accomplish many of their tasks without your continued support and the community commitment. Thank you. Thank you very much. Together, once again, we accomplished great things. I am humbled daily by your goodness, compassion, friendship, and generosity. Although each day we wake up and go to work, plan and complete assignments to ensure Novi receives quality services, today is the one day each year we come together to take stock of where we've been, where we stand, and together create a vision for our future. We have overcome the economic challenges faced a few years ago and have developed into an even more dynamic, prospering community here in southwest Oakland County. I am more optimistic about the future of our Novi than ever before. I'm confident in our council's vision, our city staff team, and you, the Novi community, who all want what is best for the city we love and call home. As I look out over the audience, I see many friends, including former mayors and present council members. Former mayors, could you do us the honor of standing so you may be recognized, please? As former Mayor Lou Sortis and former Mayor David Landry, and I want to thank you both for your continued community involvement and for the gifts you bestow on Novi. I am fortunate to not only benefit from your wisdom, but your continued friendship as well. Back in 2004 and 2005, Mayor Sortis introduced the City Council to the idea of reducing long-term employee legacy costs. And his pioneer and visionary work in that field has led to the present, where our residents are no longer burdened with costs that could eventually bring the city down. For the next 6 years after that, Mayor Landry led the council and the city through the most difficult economic times that we have seen since the Great Depression. And today, because of his tireless efforts, Novi is the premier community in the region, perhaps the whole state. Mayor Sordas, Mayor Landry, thank you very much. Also with us today, representing my dear friend, our United States Congressman from the 11th District, David Trott, is Doug Teets. Doug, thank you for coming. I haven't seen her, but representing Senator Mike Kowal is my friend from Lansing. His assistant, Lynn O'Brien. Is Lynn here? There she is. And of course, you all know I don't serve our community alone. I work in concert with my fellow city council members as well as our city manager. I would like to introduce Mayor Pro Tem Dave Stout, Councilmember Andrew Mutch, Councilmember Wayne Robel, Councilmember Laura Marie Casey, and Councilmember Gwen Markham. Our council member Doreen Popard is out of state traveling on a prearranged business trip. And of course, our new city manager, we've already introduced P-Dog. Please stand. Thank you, each of you, for your tireless efforts to make and keep Novi the great city that it is. Now, as they would say in TV land, let's get on with the show. Most of us know all too well these familiar television shows. We grew up with them. We knew their theme songs, and in some instances, we even wanted to be like them. We learned from them. Yes, we learned from them. We learned never to play ball in the house. We learned promising you can get Davy Jones to sing at a dance will result in Davy Jones singing at a dance. If I could only do that with Kid Rock, I'd feel a lot better. We learned that swatting someone with your hat can be a sign of affection. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. We learned you can turn a coconut into a radio, but you can't fix a hole in a boat. Now that's something I never figured out. And we learned to always look your best. How many times did Fonz fake comb his hair, you know? All kidding aside, many of life's lessons can be found when looking for the message. Let's start with the Lone Ranger. But before I get too far into the lesson, I have to share a tidbit I learned while researching that show. Did you know that in Spanish, the name Tonto means stupid or dumb? And in Native American, it means the wild one. Now, you all saw who played Tonto in that video, and I'm just wondering who cast me in that role. Thank you, Cheryl. But really, the show depicts how following the law and maintaining a safe place to live and work is of utmost importance. Now would be a good time to share that Kimosabi means trusted friend. Tonto referred to the Lone Ranger as his trusted friend. And I encourage everyone in Novi to view our Novi Police and Fire Departments as their trusted friends. You have a need anytime, day or night, they're there. We're fortunate to have the very best men and women serving our community. Both the police and fire departments consistently rate much above average in national surveys and are modeled by other agencies around the state. In 2014, the Novi Police Department completed its first full year of a community-oriented policing initiative called Data-Driven Approaches to Crime and Traffic Safety, DDACS. And the results are very impressive. In one targeted area near 9 Mile and Haggerty Road, crime is down 68% and traffic crashes were reduced by 41%. In the northwest corner of the city near Pontiac Trail and Beck, targeted crime was reduced by 51% and traffic crashes dropped by 7%. The success of DDACS and other data-driven decisions contributed to an even safer Novi. For the second year in a row, the total number of Part A crimes, and those are the dangerous ones, the ones against people, those Part A crimes decreased, down by nearly 8% in 2014. Collectively, members of the Novi Police and Fire Department received 15,000 hours of training. The Novi Police Department maintained a clearance rate of 46% of all those Part A crimes, which was more than double the state's average of 20%. Novi's regional communication center dispatched more than 80,000 calls for service. In 2014, the Novi Fire Department responded to 120 fires, of which 21 were structure fires, a decrease of 19% from the year before. They averaged a 5-minute and 56-second response time to all priority emergencies. And the Novi Fire Department completed nearly 3,000 fire inspections. Please join me in thanking and recognizing Novi's Director of Public Safety and Chief of Police, the gentleman who leads our most essential and ever-present fire and police teams, Chief David Malloy. David, please go. Now, along with police and fire services, you cannot maintain a safe community without public services, often forgotten essential services. Roads, water, sewer are basic critical infrastructure necessities which residents and businesses rely upon. Members of Novi's Department of Public Services not only care for and maintain more than 180 miles of city roadway and 2,100 traffic control signs to ensure safe travel, they also prune and preserve more than 6,000 street trees annually. They look after 306 miles of water main to provide safe drinking water, 243 miles of sanitary sewer to protect public health, and 2,600 storm drainage basins. See, I wasn't joking when I said often forgotten component of city services. The Department of Public Services, Water and Sewer Division spent the better part of 2014 planning, designing, and managing the construction of a 1.5 million gallon water storage facility located at 12 Mile and West Park Drive. And when completed this spring, the $3.5 million facility will reduce Novi's water rates by allowing staff to fill the reservoir at night when water is least expensive, and then discharging water during the day, during Novi's peak hours. The Field Operations Division worked relentlessly during the historically severe winter, which began in November of 13 and which finally wrapped up in April of 14. We are seriously praying that doesn't happen again this year. During that horrible winter blast last year, despite record snowfall and historically low temperatures, our Novi Field Operations Division members were able to keep Novi's roads safe, as evidenced by a 50% reduction in vehicle accidents per winter storm event. The Engineering Division completed the Metro Connector Trail along Meadowbrook Road between 11 and 12 Mile roads. Now that Metro Connector Trail is the first non-motorized link across I-96 in Novi and serves as a critical link between the 33-mile-long I-275 trail to the south and the 2-mile trail to the north. Bicyclists and pedestrians now can safely travel 35 miles between northern Monroe County all the way north to nearby West Bloomfield Township. And when the snow melts and gives way to spring, you will once again see your support through the increased road millage, generating more than $2.1 million of additional revenue payoff with continued investment in our neighborhood and major municipal roadways and sidewalk and pathway connections. Total investment in Novi roads, pathways, drains, equipment, and infrastructure was more than $13.4 million last year. Thank you very much. Now, please, yes. please join me in thanking the gentleman who was at the helm of these projects, Novi's Director of Public Services, Mr. Rob Hayes. Rob, would you stand? Which brings us to Fantasy Island. We go from the Lone Ranger to Fantasy Island. I bet you never imagined these two shows being talked about in the state, people in the State of the City address. I told you they'd laugh at those pictures. Fantasy Island. Now, how important is it to have dreams? Did you know the city of Novi was incorporated just a mere 46 years ago? And I know that 46 years ago, what Novi has become today was just a dream to many. I know because I was there 40 years ago. I was a young kid patrolling the streets of Novi, a Novi that was nothing like it is today. Yet here we are in 2015, whatever. All of us extremely fortunate, a part of the Novi that was only dreamed about back then. A Novi that is poised to lead from a position of strength and to be the economic engine, continuing to grow, continuing to prosper. We in Novi are careful stewards of our finances, maintaining quality services and operations. In 2014, our net assets of $338 million not only remained strong, but grew by more than $4 million. And last year, we saw a reduction in long-term debt by $4.7 million, and, get this, Mayor Sordas, increased funding of post-employment benefit costs to 101%. All while maintaining one of the lowest millage rates in Oakland County. Now, you will recall, Novi is the only city in the state who reduced taxes in the past few years. Yeah. Overall revenue from taxable values is expected to grow in 2015 for the third year in a row, a trend which is projected to continue over the next several years. Please join me in thanking our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Carl Johnson. Carl? And although Carl and Pete oversee and guide our fiscal health, I don't want to overlook another team which rarely receive credit for Novi's fiscal responsibility in helping achieving our dreams, and that's our city staff team. I know that if you know any of them, you know that they're efficient fiscal managers. They are innovative, they look for ways to continually enhance services and to put our customers, and that's you, first. I would like to take a moment to have them stand and be recognized. Will all city staff please rise? All city staff. Thank you. Thank you for your dedication to our city. Now, those of you who watched Fantasy Island, like I did, remember most of the guests' dreams were large and seemingly unreachable, oftentimes needing assistance in finding their true potential. I liken this to the numerous businesses who choose to locate here and make Novi their home. With more Japanese nationals making Novi their home than anywhere else in Michigan, the area is sought after by Asian organizations seeking a Michigan headquarters. Fujitsu 10, a Japanese-based manufacturer of high-quality automotive, audio, video, and navigation and control systems, is one such company who relocated their North American headquarters to Novi last year, bringing 100 jobs to our area. And speaking of global automotive, audio, and infotainment organizations, how about Harman Becker? They announced in November the consolidation of existing facilities and construction of their North American headquarters in Novi, set to open later this year. The development includes a 188,000 square foot facility which will employ a team of 700. Recognizing the importance of economic development to the community, Novi continually seeks ways to enhance business attraction, expansion, and retention efforts. It is such efforts which help longtime businesses like Novi Auto Ports on Grand River, which opened in 1925, grow and thrive for the next 90 years. Many thanks to the Tuck family for their long-time commitment to our Novi. And in 2014, yeah, let's round of applause for the Tuck. In 2014, the City of Novi continued to implement initiatives set as a result of its first ever business survey. Active engagement is the heart and soul of economic development, and our team enhanced relationships by making more than 100 personal visits to Novi companies. The city proudly welcomed 62 new businesses to the area, including Buddy's Pizza, Metalage of Novi, 5 Lakes Automation, Milco Manufacturing, Tramar Industries, Casco Products, Michigan's first Garrett Popcorn, which everybody at this table enjoyed so much, and Creform. I wonder 46 years ago if anyone ever envisioned a powerhouse like ITC would be headquartered here in Novi. Thank you to Joe Welch and his dedicated team sitting right there in the middle for their continued partnership and support of Novi endeavors. I wonder if they thought that Providence Park Hospital would provide first-class health care to the region, including Japanese services to ensure all who choose to live and work in the area receive the highest quality care. Thank you, Peter Karajoff and your team, for your continued investment in Novi and partnership to encourage a healthy community. Today, we see a revitalized Novi Town Center with nearly 100% occupancy, including the recent opening of Hobby Lobby. And across the street, we see a blank canvas, a prime location for a new development. Adele Towers? The dream, the vision is one tower for a major hotel with the other serving as an office building, tech center, medical center. Thank you, Kevin Adele, for your continued partnership and interest in finding the perfect fit for this very prominent Novi location. Thank you, Kevin. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention giant retail economic engine, 12 Oaks Mall. You see, it's extremely rare to see a nearly 40-year-old shopping center which continually invests in and partners with the city. If you have visited 12 Oaks, you find a state-of-the-art shopping center with all the amenities of a facility that would be built today. World-class storefronts and more. Although I'm not disputing that the Taubman Corporation should be congratulated for their dream and constant vision for the future of the center of Novi, today I want to take time to personally recognize a gentleman who goes above and beyond the walls of the shopping center and is a true friend to Novi. And that is 12 Oaks General Manager Dan Jones. Dan, where are you? Stand up. I don't see you. Oh, come on up. Dan, join me on stage, Dan. Come on, stand here for a minute. I didn't warn you. It's part of the surprise. Each year, the city celebrates an individual or business who truly embodies the sense of kindness and giving. This year, it is my honor and privilege to recognize and thank Dan Jones. Ask anyone, and they will tell you that Dan is often recognized and known for his warm, friendly conversation, professionalism, business savvy, commitment to Novi, and so much more. But this morning, we're recognizing Dan for his giving spirit. Dan Jones is a shining example of a true community partner, ambassador, and friend. Dan's commitment to, support of, and partnerships with area organizations has enriched the community. While he is the first to say yes to the Novi Youth Assistance, recognizing there are those who are less fortunate and wanting all Novi children to succeed. Yes to the Novi Police and Fire Benevolent Association, valuing the importance of our public safety team and the role they play in maintaining our quality community. Yes to the Novi Youth Council, helping develop the leaders of tomorrow. Yes to the Novi Public Library, supporting culture and education. Dan also recognizes the value of partnership with our city team, allowing for emergency preparedness training in the shopping center, communicating regularly with the administration during the holidays to ensure all have a safe experience. And Dan plays an instrumental role in bringing new and unique shopping and dining experiences, which we all enjoy. Okay, we all know I'm speaking about my beloved Cheesecake Factory, all right? It is truly my honor to present this year's Spirit of Giving Award to Mr. Dan Jones. Also an I Am Novi t-shirt.
Thank you. As I told the mayor as I walked up, he didn't give me any warning, so I was not expecting this, but definitely appreciate it. And I know I speak for our entire team when we're so thrilled to be a part of Novi. I came here 12 years ago this Friday from Phoenix, Arizona, which everybody asked me why I did that. And on a day when you have these kind of temperatures, I still ask that. But all kidding aside, but ultimately it's been a great experience. Our team loves being a part of Novi. The city management is fantastic and everybody that goes into it. So thanks to everybody.
That's one classy man there, ladies and gentlemen. One more round of applause for Dan Jones. Now, in addition to these successes, our community development team implemented clear zoning, which is a complete reformatting of the text and organization of the zoning ordinance for easier navigation, clarity, and use by developers and customers. Performed more than 12,500 building inspections, facilitated reviews and approvals for 6 new residential developments. They oversaw the permitting and construction of 149 new homes last year and completed the town center area study for this key area of the city. Please join me in thanking 2 economic ambassadors for Novi, our Director of Community Development, Charles Bouillard, and Economic Development Director, Lauren Roysting. Would you please stand? You know, although a good show, Fantasy Island was not long-lived, and I would guess it had something to do with the ratings. The city of Novi knows all too well the importance of ratings and believes in polling citizens every other year to ensure that we are meeting not only their needs, but exceeding their expectations and setting a high bar for service delivery across the country. Since 2006, Novi has partnered with the National Research Center to conduct the National Citizens Survey. This year, once again, results show Novi to be a very desirable place to live, with 95% of the respondents ranking quality of life as excellent or good, and 98% said Novi was an excellent or good place to live. Now, while these results are measured through a mailed survey, I always find it interesting to get out and talk with residents and get a feel for the pulse of the city. So last Saturday, I did just that, and here's what I found. Are you a Novi resident?
I am.
I am not.
I am not.
We're Southline residents.
If I mention the name Pete Auger, what would you say?
Who is he?
Who is he? You know who the new city manager is in Novi?
No.
No? You care?
Probably not.
I know, but I don't actually remember the name.
Do you know who the mayor of Novi is?
Not currently.
Not currently? How about before?
Before, not currently, then either.
Not currently, then either.
Unfortunately, I'm not very big in politics.
He's nobody important.
I can't say I do. I can't say I do.
Do you know who the mayor of Novi is?
I have no idea.
No idea. Got a mustache?
Doesn't he?
I don't know, does he?
Yeah, that nice-looking old guy.
Nice-looking old guy? Novi City Council voted recently to change the name of Novi, and they're looking for a new name. What should it be?
I would have no idea how to rename Novi. Hey, I wasn't aware of that. I don't know why would they want to change the city name.
I don't know why. That city council are kind of crazy, I think.
They are crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
Farmington Hills West.
Number 6?
Number 6.
North of Northville?
The city council in Novi is thinking about adopting an animal for a mascot for the city. What should that animal be and why?
It should be a unicorn.
A wildcat.
A wildcat.
Yeah.
Because?
Novi High School.
Maybe a lion.
Definitely a golden retriever.
Golden retriever, a dog.
Elephant.
An elephant.
Probably a tiger, just because I went to Novi High School and it's the closest thing to a wildcat.
Probably the wolf.
The wolf. Why the wolf?
It's fascinating.
I have no idea.
Now this is going to be crazy, but the city council in Novi is thinking about changing Novi's name. And they're asking people, if we don't call it Novi, what should we call it? What should we call Novi if we don't call it Novi?
I don't know.
The city is changing its name?
That's what they're thinking about.
I don't know what they would change it to, and I would be upset, actually.
Can I go through here?
You can go right through. You go right ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What do you think?
Let's see. I have no clue.
I'm going to ask you a few names. You just tell me if you know who they are. Peter Auger.
I've heard of it.
Doreen Popard. What would you say?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, I think he's like a French artist or something.
A French artist. Andrew Much?
Great name. My brother's name is Andrew. So,
great.
Yeah. I would
Okay.
be on his side.
If I said the name David Stout, what would you say?
Still don't know.
Wayne Roble, what would you say?
Like a mayor in some city or something.
The mayor of some city?
Yeah.
Wayne? Laura Marie Casey?
Oh, she's a great lady. She's on our city council.
Gwen Markham, what would you say?
I don't know. Might be on the Novi Council.
Bob Gatt, what would you say?
Oh, we learned about that in social studies. That's our mayor.
David Landry. Do you know who David Landry is? No. Do you know who David Landry is? How about the name Lou Sortis? Do you know who that is?
Oh, Lou Sortis. I do not. Should I know who he is?
How about Matt Quinn?
No, I don't.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
By the way, I'm Bob Gatt. I'm your mayor. So,
Are you serious?
I am. So thank you for those kind words. Now, before anyone sends me an email, no, City Council has not proposed to change Novi's name, and there will be no city animal. That was all in good fun. But I do love how many shared my love for our Novi's name, and that I was a tall, nice-looking guy. That was... Bought that guy a coffee. Now, sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip. Everyone loved Gilligan's Island, right? And as silly as it was, we all still watched and laughed at all their antics. If you will recall, there was Skipper, Gilligan, the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor, and of course, Marianne. What a diverse group. Every episode shared some caper or problem they were trying to solve. At the same time, at the end of each show, they were like a family. They drew from each other's strengths and celebrated differences, much like we do here in Novi. We applaud and embrace our diversity. We host India Day, the Festival of Chariots, our very own Ethnic Taste and Tune Fest, and the Japan Festival. Diversity in our schools increased from 8 to 46% in just the past 5 years. And the census shows our Asian population doubled to nearly 16%, making it the largest in the state of Michigan. And at the same time, our Hispanic population has grown by 67%. We share international partnerships with friends from the Japanese Business Society of Detroit, the Consulate General of Japan, the Asian Pacific American Chamber of Commerce, the German American Chamber, and the Swedish American Chamber. And for several years now, through a partnership with the Novi Community School District on Saturdays, more than 800 students attend the Japanese School of Detroit, but right here in Novi. It is such diversity that sets the stage for and welcomes businesses from around the globe. Our Novi Public Library has collections dedicated to our diverse culture, with publications and story times in Japanese, Spanish, Hindi, and more. They boast more than 400,000 visitors with more than 800,000 items checked out annually. Last fall, the Novi Public Library introduced Gale Learning, an opportunity for residents to take free online courses for personal development and technology skills. 2 additional read boxes were installed at Rotary and ITC community sports parks. For 8 years, Novi has been honored with a Gold Promoting Active Communities Award from the Governor's Council on Physical Fitness. We're the only city in the state of Michigan to do so. Novi, Novi is recognized for its commitment to the overall health and well-being of our citizens and having schools and businesses in our community with similar values and a dedication to excellence. City officials and staff meet regularly with our school officials, recognizing it is our schools, in addition to our city amenities and services, which draw families and businesses to Novi. We support each other's efforts, applaud each other's successes, and work together for the betterment of our future, our children. With us today from our Novi Public Library is our Director, Julie Farkas. Julie? From our Novi Community Schools, their Superintendent, Dr. Steve Matthews. Doctor? From the Walled Lake Community Schools, the Superintendent, Ken Gutman. Is Ken here? I didn't see him. There he is. And from Novi Catholic Central, and I think I'm the only one that can say that, right, Father? Father Elmer and Father Nelke is here. Please stand. Thank you. Thank you all for your leadership, partnership, and guidance of our most valuable assets, and that's our youth. Also, if I could ask our future leaders in attendance today to please stand and be recognized. These are students from Novi High School and Novi Catholic Central. Please stand. Now, it's not going to be too long before we will entrust you with the leadership to carry our exemplary community progressively into the future. And then there were happy days, the Fonz. They just don't make sitcoms like him, or sitcom characters like him anymore. And before you laugh or roll your eyes, let's look at some of life's lessons from the Fonz. Fonz said, have confidence. Did you ever see the Fonz in a fight? No, me either. He was a born leader. He had confidence. Do what makes you happy. And I like this one a lot. The guys didn't think it was so cool when Fonzie entered a dance competition with Mrs. C, but he didn't care. He enjoyed it and didn't care what anyone else thought. Do what makes you happy. There are so many ways to get involved in Novi and find things that make you happy. We've mentioned the shopping, new businesses, the library, but how about our parks? With more than 1,150 acres of parkland and programs for every age and ability, there is certain to be something that makes you happy. In 2014, the Novi Dog Park opened. More than 225 members now can enjoy a park dedicated solely to them and their pets. LMA Power Park hosted softball players from around the Midwest. 48 teams from 6 states traveled to Novi for an amateur softball national tournament. More than 20,000 volunteer hours were donated by coaches to ensure youth have the opportunity to participate in soccer, baseball, basketball, lacrosse, volleyball, and more programs. In collaboration with our Novi facilities team, a new state-of-the-art lobby at the Novi Ice Arena has been created. And our older adults are more active than ever, demonstrated by sold-out programs and an increased demand for transportation services. Do you know that more than 8,000 passengers were driven 91,000 miles in 2014 by our older adult services? Let's give a round of applause for our Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services team, represented today by Deputy Director Tracy Ringel. Tracy, please stand. Now that leads us to the Brady Bunch and the Waltons, family, albeit two very different families, family nonetheless, just like two cities. Although both are cities, most likely both are very different. You see, here's what I'd like to think. Novi is one extra large family. We all know that we're not just a dot on the map. We are a family whose residents and businesses, neighborhoods, residential and commercial, give Novi its heart, its spirit. We collaborate with more than 200 homeowner associations to ensure our neighborhoods maintain the quality Novi is known for and to share our important communications. In 2014, Novi initiated the Ambassador Academy, whereby we invited residents to participate in a program to take a behind-the-scenes look at all city departments, learn from department leaders all about the aspects of all Novi operations. The free program received overwhelming praise by the 20 participants, who each were amazed at how much they learned and excited to become more involved. Several have even gone on to apply for roles on our boards and commissions. You see, our family is included in collaboration efforts. Whether we are posting a question to more than the 6,600 friends who like us on one of our 5 Facebook pages, and if you ever question the power of social media, hear this. Last week, one of our DPS staff members, one of our family members, posted a short video clip reminding everyone of the dangers of building snow forts too close to the road, encouraging safety. Now, the clip went viral with more than 81,000 views, 1,500 shares, reaching more than 230,000 people. Talk about communicating. We respond to requests received on City of Novi or investnovi.org, hosting public information meeting, utilizing an internet mapping portal which is used by visitors around the globe seeking to possibly locate in Novi. Our Novi. Answering questions at a service counter at the Civic Center. Novi always wants to be inclusive of everyone in the family. I truly believe Novi provides the most open and transparent government services of any other municipality in the state of Michigan, if not the country. Our cityofnovi.org website is one of, if not the most, comprehensive city websites I have ever seen. With more than 1.2 million page views a year, I like to call it the Novi Encyclopedia. If there's something, anything you need to know about Novi, it's on cityofnovi.org. Whether you need to find that information at 6 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock at night, cityofnovi.org is always open. Now that's an inclusive family. So, you see, there's a lot we can learn from television shows. Sometimes you just need to seek the message. Safe, diverse, dreams, vision, happy, like the Michigan State Fair, prosperous, family, that's Novi. I'm extremely proud of all the accomplishments of 2014. And I look forward to what the future holds for our Novi family. And I promise you this, our ratings will continue to be high. I truly enjoy being the mayor of this great city. Not only do I get to serve the community, but I also have the opportunity to work with some of the best people I have ever met and privileged to call my family. As the proud mayor of the city of Novi, I tell you, the state of the city of Novi is strong. I thank you for being a part of our story and part of our family. Thank you for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day, and may God bless you. Thank you.